Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Mend with Mare. Hi, you beautiful viewers. Thank you so much for returning. I'm going to be doing a classic old favorite, Illicit Affairs. This is off of the Folklore album and has been requested for such a long time. I remember that after I posted my video about the effects of loving an addict and what it's like for people that have a loved one that's dealing with drugs or alcohol abuse, I got a lot of recommendations for this song. And when I first hear it, I think of affair between people, but there's that little word illicit there. And I know what illicit means. Illicit is typically something that is forbidden. It's forbidden by customs or by law or by rules. When I hear of illicit, I always think of illicit drugs. So I'm wondering if that's what's tying in here other than just the obvious, which would be an affair. Because we all know,
or maybe we don't all know, that
affair, something that is kept hidden, kind of can give you the same effects and same feel as if you were taking drugs, right? Let's check it out. Let's see. If my memory serves me right, I remember listening to this and being like, there is a double meaning here. So let's see. Let's go.
Make sure nobody sees you leave. Hood over your head, keep your eyes down. Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return.
Okay, so this gives me feelings already. I forgot how emotionally provoking the song can be. It's given me some feelings. You make sure nobody sees you leave. You have your hood over your head. You're looking down. You're trying to stay hidden. You don't want anybody to notice you. Tell your friends that you're out on a run, which is a lie. And you might have told this lie about being out on a run, either if this is procuring drugs or alcohol, or if you are having an affair with someone. Sometimes after you use any type of drugs or alcohol, I mean, for me, if I ever drink alcohol, which I rarely ever do,
Carmen takes all my friends to the summit.
but I turn red and hot. Sometimes I feel like I get like dots on my chest. It's not a good look. So that's why I don't really do it. One of the many reasons. So if you're having an affair, you might go out and quickly engage into some type of
physical intimacy.
And this physical intimacy might cause your cheeks to be flushed. Kind of gives you an out if you were out on a run for either topic. It could be from physical intimacy, or it could be from engaging in drugs or alcohol, because it can make you, look a little different sometimes.
Tell your friends you're out for a run. You'll be flushed when you return. Take the road less traveled by. Tell yourself you can always stop. What started in beautiful rooms ends with meetings in parking lots.
You tell yourself you can always stop. I think that this is what leads people down the road of addiction so quickly, is because they think they're stronger than it. They don't realize the power and the grip that it can have over you. You think you can do it one time and you can't stop. And having an affair is can be the same way, I can imagine, where you do it one time and you're like, okay, that won't happen ever again. But there's that excitement and that thrill of doing something that's quote unquote wrong, that gets your, adrenaline going, your endorphins going. And so you want to do it again. When I think of beautiful rooms, that could be where beautiful parties, and that's where experimentation maybe happens if we're talking about drugs here. Cocaine, alcohol, any of those type of things, it can happen in a party setting. But if you get pulled down by it and then you continue to do it, you'll try to score it wherever you can. And sometimes it ends up being in a place, like it goes from beautiful to just a parking lot, concrete, it's desolate, and it reflects the way that you feel. If any of you all watch Sex and the City, this is totally giving me Carrie and Big vibes, because I remember how they would meet up in beautiful hotels, and then it ended in these really, really crappy hotels where there was like no AC and
They're smoking cigarettes and
it's in the wrong part of town so that people don't see them. And it's just, she feels sick to her stomach that she's doing this because it goes from something so exciting and then you get hooked and you don't see the hook coming. I can imagine that when it comes to an affair.
And that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and longing stares. It's born from just one single glance, but it dies and it dies and it dies a million little times.
Things that are clandestine, that means that they're kept secret. So nobody can pick up on these. And sometimes in like the drug world too, there can be secretive motions or code words, certain stares, eye contact that signals to the other person that, you know, you're down. It just happens from one little time, but it dies and dies and dies a million little times. It feels as if there's shame and desire all wrapped up together. It's like it's born from this one single time. And when you think about heroin, if you use it once, people say that they're hooked just from one time. It can be born just from that one time, that one glance that you're not supposed to be engaging in. Think about if it's a dying a million times, does not feel good. Anything that is of a death is not positive in my book.
Leave the perfume on the shelf that you picked out just for him, so you leave no trace behind, like you don't even exist.
I want
to roll my eyes back into my head about 500 times with this
lyric because I understand it and I also hate it. It's that idea where you are doing what you need to do just for the other person, that she's not actually thinking about what she likes. If she actually likes the perfume, she is picking out something that she knows that will maybe
turn him on
or like her more, or doing things for him. And the part of leave it on the shelf, you want to leave no trace of yourself, that you don't even exist. I'm sure that when she first picked out the perfume that she would wear just for him, it would feel very special and exciting. But this is demonstrating how quickly that can change. It can wear down on your self-esteem because you have to keep yourself hidden. And that can be really fun at first, but then there can be a point of feelings develop where it's not fun anymore because you might want to be with the person and you want them to be honored, to be seen with you out in public, or for people to know that you're theirs. Making me feel pretty sad. Can already sense that she's devaluing herself in this process. It's sad. I know what this is like, where you're trying to impress someone else and it's not good for your soul. I promise.
Take the words for what they are, a dwindling mercurial high, a drug that only worked the first few hundred times.
So you take those words for what they really are. All of those promises, maybe some empty promises, words that can get you really excited, and then it starts to dwindle. And I love how she's using a dwindling mercurial high. Interesting that she uses this because it works for both an affair and for addiction. So for addiction, it's quite literally the drug. Mercurial, that word can be used as a noun. So meaning that it is a drug or some type of compound that contains mercury. There's lots of drugs that contain mercury that can be abused. The word mercurial can also be used as an adjective when it comes to an affair, because it can be a way to describe someone. It can represent someone who frequently changes their mind or changes their mood without warning. And this can happen in an affair. It can be a high when they want you, but there is always that possibility, if it's mercurial, that they can easily change their mind and discard you.
First few hundred times, and that's the thing about illicit affairs and clandestine meetings and stolen stares. They show their truth one single time, but they lie and they lie and they lie a million little times. And you wanna scream, don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You showed me colors, you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid,
feeling this in my bones. She's reached a boiling point, you know? It's like, don't call me a kid. Do not call me baby. Do not talk to me like that. Look at what you have made me. It says, you show me colors I can't see with anyone else. No.
No,
This is what happens when anything illicit, whether it's addiction or an affair, happens. You believe it's lies. That's the addiction or the affair that is lying to you because you think it's special. They have made you feel as if you are the only one that can do it for them. They're the only person that can do it for you, or only drug that can do it for you, because people are addicted to things like sex. The affair and addiction piece really do overlap here. And yes, maybe you can't see these colors with somebody else. Maybe that's because you can't see colors like this if you are in a relationship or engaging with something that can be loyal to you and won't turn on you or toss you aside and burn you up into ashes, you know? And everybody, I am well aware that I might be reaching here, but there is a feeling of narcissistic abuse that I feel throughout this song. And I do think that Taylor has been a victim of it. And I talked about it in Anti-Hero, and there's just been themes of it throughout the different songs, like even Happiness, because in those type of relationships, the person makes you feel as if they're the only one that knows you or gets you. And that typically does start to isolate you a lot, kind of like drugs can from your friends or the people that support you in other ways. And in an abusive relationship or toxic relationship, they make sure that you know that they're the
only one that
can make you feel this way. And it's a lie, and it's manipulative. It's very, very messed up. And it seems as if she's realizing some things and getting her power back by saying, like, whoa, don't call me kid. Do not call me baby. Do not talk to me in that way. I see it through it all. And she's acknowledging that now is like, look at me. Look what you've done to me. I'm a mess. I'm not my best self at all when I'm with you. And it feels as if this secret language that she can only speak with him is maybe just a sexual one. She's realizing, possibly. And maybe it's the only way that she feels that she can get through to him or to get his attention is through this type of act. After the exciting part of this ends, it can start to make you feel really bad about yourself whenever you realize that the other person just wants to use you for a physical act, just for sex and nothing more. Also, whenever you're using, sometimes drugs will convince you that they are the ticket out, that they are the thing that makes everything right and well in your world. It lies to you a gazillion times. Use these words like kid and baby to elicit some type of emotional connection or response, or to have sex together. Like, these words have been used before. It sounds like she's realizing that they're just empty, and that this person doesn't even care about her, that they will continue to say these things, and they're not really concerned about the effects that it has on her. Like, even though she's like, look at this godforsaken mess that you've made me, that person doesn't seem to be feeling very bad about how it's affecting that person, because he knows that she would ruin herself for him. And that's not love. That's not love. Love doesn't hide you. Love is proud of you. True love cares for you. And even people that really love each other but know they're not good for each other, they will let them go if they know that they're having a negative effect on their life. And some people don't care. Abusive relationships don't care. And it's kind of like the audacity of this person to just keep using and leading somebody on when they have no intentions at all of fulfilling any type of promises that they probably likely have led them on with.
Call me baby, look at this godforsaken mess that you made me. You showed me colors you know I can't see with anyone else. Don't call me kid, don't call me baby. Look at this idiotic fool that you made me. You taught me a secret language I can't say with anyone else. And you know damn well, for you I would ruin myself.
person knows. They know it. For you, I would ruin myself a million little times. Like, you know, I would do this to myself, and they don't care. They don't care. Drugs don't care about you. People that keep you secret don't care about you. I'm sorry, they don't. They don't. You're being used. It takes so much willpower and self-love and support to get out of something this hard, because you do look at life in a different way. You have different colors, you have a different secret language, so you think, and it's hard to break away from. It is. You're chained, you're shackled, but you have to release yourself. So to any of you out there that are dealing with an affair, whatever stage you're in, it could be very fun right now. And you might have very explicit rules that you abide by, and nobody is maybe feeling used in it. However, in this one, it's pretty clear that this person's feeling that way, and that's how you can feel with drugs. Like, even going to a drug dealer, they know that every time they sell you that drug, it's going to keep on ruining you, but you'll keep coming back, and they've got you hooked, just like an affair. So to those of you that are dealing with this, please know that you don't have to live this way. Okay? And I'm sorry to any of you that have been in the midst of that. I have to say that this song gives me a lot of perspective also, and maybe a little bit more compassion for a person that is being led on as either the other woman, or it doesn't have to be any specific gender. It gives me a little bit more compassion for a person that was a part of hurting one of my relationships. So the song from a very, very interesting, unique point of view that I think is so important to talk about. And I hope you all enjoyed this as much as I did, as I feel it rising up that I want to go cry. So I'm going to go do that. All right. Because tears, why we have our tear ducts. Gonna let it fall. Let it fall. All right. Sending so much love to you all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please like the video. Okay. Bye-bye.